Hello everyone, welcome back to TCG Scrubs and doing another deck profile. This time I'm solo. Today we're going to be doing on Millium, the Prince of the Light Palace. So this is a deck I've had for quite a while since the Star decks came out, and I find it a lot of fun. It's just fun to play. Unfortunately, this new version that I've done of the deck, I haven't been able to do or test it out at an actual local tournament due to the holidays and all that. But pre the new Legacy Lost cards, it always did pretty good at the tournaments. And I think with all the cards I added are very large improvements, so I can't see it doing bad at this point. But the main point of the deck and the reason I originally made it is just because it's a lot of fun to play. So without dragging off too much, we'll get into the deck. Obviously it's Millium for your ruler. We would start with the resonators. I run 3 of the 7 dwarves for obvious reasons. They come in with 7 counters, which is a good just automatic counter to Bear Magic. And it's just a versatile card overall, not being able to be destroyed and all that. I run 3 Kid Puss in Boots. It's just it's a 1-drop. You roll to add it to his already 1/1 base, so he could theoretically be up to a 7/7 off the bat without any other extra things you might do to it. And he's just a nice versatile card, just a nice 1-drop, and when you pair it with something like Pandora, the Hope Weaving Queen, which I have 3 of in here, you get to roll 2 dice when you put them out, so it could potentially be a pretty decent sized 1-drop if you're decent at rolling. I run 3 Pandora, both for him, for Millium when he J activates, and for a couple other cards I have in here. I used to have a lot of Force cards in here, almost all of them, but I've since restructured to make it a more actual consistent deck. I was just sort of having fun with the Force rolls. Speaking of which, I run 2 of Grimm, the Kina Fairy Tale. He's a 3-drop, and he has an ability of, hey kitties, I'm doing a video. He has a 1-cost Force roll to buff all of your Human and Fairy Tale resonators until end of turn. And you can only play it once per turn, but I run 2 of them just because he's nice to put down once in a while. He gives that extra low boost that I need a lot of times. You can play his ability on your opponent's turn to help defensively. I run 3 Captain Hook the Pirate for obvious reasons. He's a Fairy Tale bounce back resonators and stones. He's just great to have in the deck. I run 3 Jack Climbing the Beanstalk. He's in 3-cost 8/8 drop, and when he deals damage to your opponent, you get to search for a Skyscraper Giant once you banish him to pay the cost, and then puts that into your field. So he's really good if you're able to do damage to your opponent. He's a lot of fun. 8/8 isn't a terrible attack and defense for a 3-cost. It's not great, but if you can get his ability off, he's definitely worth the cost because he brings in a Skyscraper Giant, which I run 2 of. Skyscraper Giant, if you don't bring him in with his ability, he's a 7-cost Fairy Tale, but he's a 17/17. He has Precision and Barrier against Champ, and you can tap him to deal 800 damage to every single resonator that does not have flying. It's just an awesome card. I really like it. I have 3 Snow White of the Crystal Apple. Is one of the new cards. When she enters your field, she enters with 2 100 counters for every single light magic stone you control. And since this deck, all the stones have a light magic attribute to it, she comes in pretty strong. You can also pay 1 and remove a 100 counter from here to put it on another light J resonator you control. She's also, because she can come in pretty strong, and plus since they are counters, once again, it can't be removed by Bear Magic. Bear Magic would actually just buff her. And then we run 3 of Pandora's Mark of Hope. This is one of the ones that the Pandora Resonator helps with because of the force. It's just a 1-drop addition, and then 1 to bestow it, and it gives whatever resonator is bestowed to +4/+4. And when that resonator goes to the graveyard, you force roll and you gain that much life times 200. So with Pandora on the field, you can gain quite a bit of life off of it. Plus it buffs for only 1 cost. I really like it. I run 3 magic suites. These are just a 1 cost quick cast. Target J Resonator gains +200/+200 till end of turn, as well as Barrier. So it's just a great card to play in response to things. You can play it at the beginning of your turn, in order if you're planning to do stuff to help protect against Moonbeam preemptively, or, maybe. But it's a very versatile card. I really like it, and you can do, if you just need a buff, it'll give you a buff. But the main reason, obviously, to play it is for Barrier. I run 3 of Zero's Magic Light. It's a 2-cost quick cast, removes target attacking or blocking resonator from game. It's great because it's basically, as my friend put it, it's like a stone to death, but for light decks, because it's just 2 costs and you get to kill resonator, and it removes it from game as well, which a lot of times is really good, especially for things that have graveyard effects such as Monkey Trapped in Life and other things. So I find it just extremely useful. I run 2 of Summoning from the Fairy Tale World. It's a 2-drop, and you search your deck for a Fairy Tale Resonator. If you control Millium, you can search for 2 Fairy Tale Resonators and you put them into your hand. So it's just a great way to search out your deck for things you might need. I usually search out like things like Hook, mainly. If I need little things, I'll sometimes get Puss in Boots or something like that, or you can get Jack Climbing Beanstalk, different things like that. For obvious reasons, I run 4 Seal, Wind, and Light. It's just great to have cancels, especially with Fox decks and everything. If you're able to cancel a lot of their stuff early on, it's nice to stall that out. 3 Dreams in Flight. With Pandora Resonator, you can buff your J Resonators quite a bit, and plus being able to give them flying helps both to deal damage if your opponent does not have any flying resonators, to defend against flying resonators, especially with the Fox deck that comes in handy. 2 Heavenly Gusts. Those I just run 2 of because additions and Regalia haven't been a huge problem recently, but they're good to have in case they do become a problem. And then I just run 1 Levitine, and I just have in there because I'm not reliant on the J Ruler, J activating and swinging, but it's nice to have in a pinch. I don't have anything to search it out per se, but if it comes up, I always play it, but I don't want to be taking up space with multiple of them because, like I said, it's not the point of the deck. Moving on to the Stone deck, I run 3 Precious Memoria. These are the new cards that came out in Legacy Lost. It's basically like a Magic Stone of Gusting Skies, except it, since my J Ruler is not the one stated on the card, it comes into field tapped unless you pay 300 life. I usually pay 300 life unless it's early game or really late game. I only run 3 instead of 4 because I don't want to have to be constantly paying 300 life to use a stone. I don't need green that much. I mean, I need it enough to have those stones, but not enough that I can't just substitute in regular light stones. I run 4 Magic Stone of Gusting Skies, just regular white-green stones, good to have, and then 3 normal light stones. So yeah, like I said, the deck's been playing pretty good. Basically, it's a versatile deck. You can do everything from trying to do just pure damage with your Jack, bringing out your Giant, swinging with trying to get Pandora out there and swinging with your J Ruler with her, different things like that. You can do straight damage. You can try and disrupt with your cancels, with your hooks, with your life gain. Like I said, because of its sort of versatility, I've just have a lot of fun playing it, win or lose. It's been doing pretty good just in friendly play. Once we play at our local tournament this weekend, I'll pin something in the comments on how the deck actually did. But overall, I really enjoy it. I haven't built a side deck for it because like I said, I haven't been able to test much, and it's been doing pretty good as is. You can put whatever you might need at your locals for your side deck. It depends really on what decks you're facing. But yeah, so like I said, it's not it's built to be competitive, but I also built it to be fun. So let me know what you guys think about it, and we'll be doing some more stuff pretty soon.